What's up, everyone? Welcome back to this Python for Absolute Beginners course. In the last video, we looked at how to use the print statement to output some things on the screen. Let me add a new cell here and let's just do that one more. So let's say we print Python, sorry. So let's say we print Python is fun here and we run it. We get this Python is fun. What if in the same cell we want to do this? So we print this, and still in the same cell we print something else and say, actually maybe let's do it on top here. So let's say hello. We print in the same cell, we print hello, and then we print Python is fun. Let's run it. So we get both of them. Hello, Python is fun. So this means we can do another one. Let's see, print these, and then maybe something like and I love it. Right, so this is supposed to say hello, Python is fun, and I love it. Now let's run it. You see, we get exactly that as expected. Hello, Python is fun, and I love it. Now, by default, when you add some instructions here, Python tries to execute all of it, right? So when you run it, it runs from top to bottom, and then it tries to execute everything it's seeing. So anything it's seeing, that it thinks that is an instruction that you've given to it, and it wants to go ahead and do all of that. Now, what if I don't want it to output these? Maybe for some reasons, it's either I'm still working on something around this part, or I just figured out I don't really want to show that part, and maybe I don't want to delete it completely. I just want to keep it so that I'll be able to reference it at a later time. Now, there is a concept called comments in programming. And to add a comment in Python, you use the hash sign. So if you put the hash sign like this, whether you put a space or not, so far there is a hash sign there. When Python runs, the first thing it runs this, it says, oh, okay, you're asking me to print something on the screen, so it goes ahead and writes hello. And then on the next line, it says, oh, this starts with a hash sign. Wait a minute, that means comment. It means I shouldn't execute anything there. And so it skips and goes to the next line. Let's run these to see what happens. All right, so now we get hello and we get and I love it. So Python has skipped this line. Now if I copy this over again and maybe do the same thing here, so put the hash sign here and we run it, we will get hello only because Python is not running any of these anymore. So what exactly is happening, and why is this happening like this? And even what is the need for this? Like, why should you leave the code inside if you're not going to use it and all of that? Well, it's usually a very important, in fact, comments are very important concept in programming. Number one, at some point when you are writing a code, you may want to document it. You may want to, maybe there are some complex functions that you've written or some logic that you figured something out and you wrote it at that point. And you know that either for you, if you're coming back to the project later, you may forget, or somebody else jumping on the project may not understand exactly what is happening. So I can, let's take all of this back. So I can then use the comments to say something like, oh, this is going to print some messages on the screen, right? So somebody coming in and seeing these comments up here knows that, oh, okay, so this is exactly what this is supposed to do, without having to start reading the code and trying to understand exactly what is happening there. So that's what comments is used for. So you can just use it. So when running these, Python will skip that line. It thinks that, oh, that's just a message that the programmer added for themselves. It's not really for me, so I'm not going to execute that. So Python skips that line. It goes to this other line. It prints this, it prints this, it prints this. So if I run this now, You see, we get everything back. We've uncommented all of these, but now at the top here, we get these. Now, what happens if I didn't put this here? What if I remove this? Python expects that it's supposed to run all of this, but then because this isn't making sense in Python, it's not a string, you're not asking it to do anything, you're just dropping some messages, and all of these are not like keywords that Python understands. So if we try to execute this, we just try and execute this line to see, we should get an error. You see, we get invalid syntax error because Python doesn't understand all of that. But if we didn't do that, and then maybe we added the hash sign here and we run it, you see it works really well. So that's the comments there, and you'll notice on top here. So if you notice in some of my videos, when I write the title of what we want to talk about here, I usually don't run that cell. I go to the next one because it's supposed to just be a text for me, and I don't want Python to run it. And I've been leaving it like this because we didn't talk about comments, but going forward, I'll now be using the hash because you're not supposed to leave something like this because it doesn't make any sense for Python. It's mostly for us. So I'll be using something like this. So this means it's just a comment. It's not part of Python code in any way. And you can use these for so many things, even if maybe you're printing. Let's say you're doing some multiplication, addition, and you just want to stop some things happening at any point. So if we do maybe 4 plus 7, and then maybe we do another one like 1 plus 2, I'll just nicely space this out. So if we run this again, you get 11 and 3, which works well. But if we go ahead and maybe comment out this first one and run it, then we should get only 3. I hope that is I hope that's clear enough. Try to understand the comments, try to use it in your projects, try to see the different things that you can do with it, because this is going to be very useful. And just to also add before we move on, the hash sign are not really meant to only be added at the beginning of the line like this. They can also be added at the end of the line. So if I copy these over, let's say I copy this and I paste it here, instead of commenting the whole line here, right? Instead of commenting the entire line here, obviously if I comment the entire line, then that is gone. But instead of doing that, I can still leave that to run and then come to the end here and do something like these, just testing, right? So Python will still run this because the hash sign is not at the beginning. So you're not commenting out the entire line, rather it's somewhere in the middle that you're just using it to comment out something else. Well, in this case, just to add a comment for me. So Python will still go ahead and run this, but when it gets to this point, it will stop. It won't run any of these because it's not a Python code, and also because you've added the comment here, so it just skips that line. So let's just run it and see. You see, it works really well. But if I were to take these to the very end here and run it again, that is gone. All right, that's it on comments in Python, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.